Hi everyone, this is Carrie Parr with Pick Up the Pieces Tennessee. Today we're going to be talking about if your child has an IEP and you have to move schools and how to make that process the most smooth that it could be. So there are 3 things you're going to want to do if your child is moving schools and you have an IEP. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is call that school that you are moving to. You can either call them, you want to contact them somehow. You can email them or you can call them, but you're going to want to call and contact them or contact them and let them know that your child is coming and that they have an IEP so that they can be thinking ahead about how to best support a child. You can tell them everything you want to tell them at that phone call or in the email. You can never give too much information ahead of time to set your child up and the school for being ready to meet the needs of your child. So the first thing that you can do is call them yourself, email them, however you want to contact that next school, and tell them all about your child. Tell them when you're coming, tell them everything that you want them to know ahead of time so that they can be ready. The second thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get a copy of your child's IEP to that school. Now that can happen lots of different ways. Some parents have a binder full of their child's IEPs, or they just keep them in a folder, or they just have them on their countertop because they've lost it, but they just found it. You're going to want to send that to the school that they're moving to. You can you fax it, email it, scan it, however you want, but that's going to be your proof because IEPs are federal. They move with you wherever you go from state to state. You're going to want to, some states acknowledge different parts of that IEP differently, but the fact that your child has an IEP is a federal law. So that IEP will follow you to whatever school you're going to, and you're going to want to give that incoming school, your child's school that they're going to, a copy of your child's IEP. That way they can see what did they have, what services did they have, what were their goals, what are their what we call present levels, meaning what can your child do. So those are things that the incoming school is going to want to see before your child gets there. So contact them and then send them, somehow get your child's IEP to them. Now, say you don't have your child's IEP. Maybe you don't have a copy. Your school, the previous school, the school that you're moving from, has a copy. So they can either fax it to the new school, they can give you a copy to take with you. It's very important that that document transfers. It can transfer without you, like the school can fax it usually to the old school can fax it to the new school, but that process needs to happen so that the incoming school knows what to be looking for, what services your child had, and what services they're going to need when they go to that new school. And then the third thing that you need to be ready for is either you need to set up a meeting with that incoming school or they are going to set one up with you. They will look at that IEP and if you do nothing, like if you just say, hey, we're coming, here's the IEP, and you do nothing else, the incoming school is going to set up a meeting with you because at some point they need to put all of that IEP information into their IEP system. And they're also going to want to tell you what services they have that are different than what your previous school was doing. Some schools have programs. Some schools have different programs. Some schools have classes for this and that. Other schools don't have classes for this and that. Some schools handle different goals in different ways. So they will meet with you to talk to you about your child's needs, where your child is, where your child's present levels are, meaning what they can do, and how they can meet your child's needs at their school. So you will have a meeting, whether it's an IEP meeting, or sometimes parents will say, I want to meet with you and your staff before that IEP meeting so that I can get to know you, you can get to know us and my child's needs. Sometimes if you have a child with severe or very detailed specific needs, it's better to have kind of an informal parent meeting before you have the IEP meeting. So you can have the school can know what professionals you're going to need to have involved. So those are some things to keep in mind if you are moving from one school to another and your child has an IEP. I hope this was helpful. If you would like more information, you can contact us at any time. Please like, comment, and share this video, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks.